Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Don Meredith, and I want to talk to you about DSTs as a 1031 exchange. And we're joined today with some of the top realtors in San Diego that I first met at an Apartment Owners Association meeting, and I've seen them in many other venues, and we'll get to them in just a moment. So you might be thinking about doing your next 1031 exchange. Maybe you'd like to get out of the day-to-day management. Maybe you just want to consider a DST and a few other things that you may want to put on the table. I'm Don Meredith, and I'm one of the earlier pioneers of the DST industry. Started back in 2004. We did a Home Depot and did a Walgreens. I've since written a couple of books on Amazon about DSTs called the DST Revolution, 1031 exchange into retirement mode. And I've been at this for about 20 years. So I'm here to make sure that you make some good decisions. I would like to get right into it and talking to our realtors, Lyle and Lynnor Anderson, father and daughter team.
Hi, Don. Nice to be with you.
Great. Thank you for taking the time out to be here. I know you're very busy. You guys have always been of interest to me because I see you in a lot of strategy sessions, and I see you in a lot of education sessions for your clients, bringing in the best strategies you possibly can, as opposed to some realtors who their education is how to get more listings. You guys are the real deal, and I've seen you speak, and just really want to thank you for being here. I have to ask, how did you become a father and daughter team?
Well, my dad's been in the industry since, what, 83, Dad?
Yes, they got licensed 1983.
So when we first moved to San Diego way back when, he became a realtor. And when I was in high school, I started helping my dad. And then next thing you know, graduate college and realize didn't want to be in the advertising arts industry anymore, and joined forces with my dad. And we've been a team ever since. It's pretty unique. It's great.
When I've heard you speak normally on 2 to 4 units. That seems to be the sweet spot for you guys. Why did you pick 2 to 4 units?
The 2 to 4 unit market in San Diego specifically is a niche that not a lot of folks are specialists in. And I think the biggest attribute or thing that we bring to the table is Lyle's experience with personally owning income rental units for 30 years. Dad, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got started?
I had a small business back in the Midwest before we moved out here, and I was in a fellow's home, and he introduced me to the idea of getting involved with income properties. And so I started studying. I bought some books and subscribed to some magazines that were popular at the time that talked about it, and decided it was a great way to start building my own personal family wealth. So that was the path.
Well, it all worked well. You guys have been working together for some time. I don't really know if I'm aware of other father and daughter teams that I can think of right off the bat, but something really works great for you guys.
Thanks.
Well, Lyle's got years of experience, and I have a lot of, fresh ideas and marketing experience. And together we mesh really well. I don't go to a broker for questions. Lyle's the mentor. He taught me everything I know.
Thank you. You give me too much credit, Lynnor. Don, we got fascinated when we went to the AOA meeting with your presentation.
Where I first met you guys.
Yes, sir. I mean, you laid out a strategy that I had no idea existed. And I told my daughter, I said, we got to follow up with Don a little bit. And so we became fans instantly.
Well, I've had so many experiences over the years. And when I first got into working with property owners back in 2000, first of all, I had a great respect for them. They're a little different, right? I mean, they're very independent, which is why a lot of them have become income property owners, but they were a tough crowd. But it's also the most rewarding thing I've done, because when you put somebody into a DST or they choose that kind of property, it's a big leap. It's a challenge of their intuition, because they've been managing their own property and now they're going to go into a fractionalized situation with institutional property. But I have seen lives change. I've seen people that were very stressed in various situations transition into DST property owners and literally have different priorities in their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been wonderful. It's been real. It's a great industry. It's an investor friendly culture, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
I often talk about how people get addicted to their being property, owners, and to relieve that addiction, so to speak.
I call the
Lyle for that, Don.
Lyle, I call the property owners transitioning into a DST. It's kind of a 12-step program for workaholics, is what it is. But it's you can't ignore the 20-year legacy of meeting expectations and then some with the industry. So I think it's a great thing to put on the table, and I enjoy talking about it. And of course, there's different types of DSTs. This last year in the shutdown, COVID has really put everyone to the test, right? Businesses.
Yes.
We've heard a new term called essential businesses. We've seen the DST, the multifamilies, the self-storage, the triple nets, the corporate leases. What people really realize, and I think the last year, is that the DST at that level, at an institutional level, comes with quite an impressive team managing the properties of a lot of different disciplines. And we really saw that play out this last year with multifamilies, with deferred payments, with no evictions. And I think you've seen just what a great job they did. And here we are today. So I think
Lennar's had many calls from owners that we've talked to asking about, how do I handle this situation with COVID, so on and so forth, Lynnor?
I was just thinking back to probably about the last 6 or 7 folks that have contacted us. Most of them are property owners, and they're stressed. They have tenants that are threatening not to pay rent or aren't paying rent. They're concerned about vacancies, and the folks that are contacting us to move out of the area with their investment dollars you hit the nail on the head. They're concerned about the politics and some of the other things here in California, where the DST product is such a good hand in glove fit for them getting into retirement mode and not so much into property management and landlord mode. So it makes sense.
Yeah. And that migration, we now see it out of New York into Florida, Tennessee, Texas, a lot of tax-free states, right? People in New York and California are fed up with taxes. But with the DST, as you guys know, it allows you to diversify into different geographies, and you really get some great analytics and research when you get a DST property. So it's not the only thing, as you guys have mentioned, charitable remainder trusts and some other things, but it's great to put on the table. And it's been really fun working with you guys the last few years.
Same.
Yeah, we agree. Definitely.
So I want to thank you guys for fitting us into your busy schedule. And we hope to see you in person soon. But thank you very much, you guys. And thanks for the great job you're doing out there. And the real estate industry should be very proud to have you guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Thank
Don.
you so much.
Thumbs up.